you know, valleys when you don't see a peak in the horizon. You're like, should I just quit and move back to Florida? Because that's what I was going to do. And I didn't want to be delusional, but I really was like, oh, if I move back there, like I will always sing the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and I don't want to do that. So, so I would always say, just check your intentions and why you want to do something, and think about your life without it. Like if you can think about your life without something, then maybe it's not for you. But if there's no way in your mind, you're like, I cannot go a day without XYZ, pretty sure you need to pursue that. And that also, things are not personal. When I was an agent, I realized that like some people get cast because the other person looked too much like their ex-wife and it's too traumatizing. And you're like, what? It's that simple? Come on. And so it's just not personal. And I really, 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 truly believe that what's meant for you, what's meant for me, what's meant for anybody can't be taken away by anybody else. It's written in the stars. It's waiting for you. It will find you. Um, so yeah, all that to say.
I agree. I think everything in life happens for a reason. And I do think that Dan and This Is Us and the character of Kate Pearson changed a lot for TV. Another person who I feel changed the face of TV was Ryan Murphy. What was it like to work on American Horror Story with Ryan and Jessica Lange?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And Kathy Bates and Angela Bassett and Evan Peters and Sarah Paulson. That I was thrown into like this master class of acting, and I was like, what am I doing here? I can't hack this. I don't know. I'm they're gonna fire me. It was so cool. Not only does like Ryan create these incredible worlds, and he does it so masterfully, like the time, the energy, the money, like it's unreal. Um, it was so, I mean, it was I learned so much. I learned so much from just even watching and being that close to such incredible actors. And it was fun. I mean, the costume that I wore was like wearing a couch in the 100-degree New Orleans heat, which maybe had, primed me for Poodle Moth. But yeah, it was like it was just really cool to see this whole world, and especially because it was the freak show and you know many many years ago, and yeah, it was just it was amazing. I'm very grateful for that experience.
Did that lead to This Is Us, or it has nothing to do? I'm just so curious.
Nothing,
Like,
nothing to
wow.
do. Like a whole year went by, and I thought, okay, American Horror Story, okay, my career's gonna start, and nothing happened. I didn't even have one audition in a whole year. Like I didn't have many opportunities, and so This Is Us just happened to come by. It was one of my old coworkers called and was like, "Dan Fogelman has an untitled project, and I think you're right for a character." I was like, "Yeah, right. It's not gonna happen." So no, completely unrelated. At least I
Wow.
don't. And I don't think so. I've never been
What?
told.
Wow. I just didn't know if it led to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Well, you're busy on The Masked Singer, but you are going to be on Stars Hunting Wives. What can you tell us? I mean, talk about again, Katie Lowe's. I mean, Scandal's the best thing that ever
Oh,
existed. Brittany Snow, Dermot. This is a crazy cast
yeah,
again.
yeah. And Malin Ackerman, who I love, and some new faces that maybe the US hasn't seen, which is super cool. It is a very juicy show set in East Texas with some very complicated women. And it's going to be one of those shows that I think people are going to call other people about, and they're going to be like, could you, I can't, what did you see? Which I love those kinds of shows. And it's scandalous for sure.
I read it was Scandal and Obsession and Murder, and I'm like, plus this cast, like, sign me up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's juicy.
You talk about like you were going to get emotional earlier, but how was it under the costume when, Rita Ora, she used the ring the bell and saved you from the one for the season where you got saved.
Oh,
What was that
no.
like?
Rita. Well, first of all, I love her. And that was really nice. And, you know, I was like, okay, good. I get to live to see another day, which is exciting because I did want to win. Um, so yeah, you're like, oh, phew, okay, I can do this a little bit longer. So it was very nice, very, very sweet.
It was a great moment.
Yeah.
Is there a part of this business you've done so much, like you're working on new music now, just on the messenger? Is there a part of this business that you really want to sink your teeth into that you haven't yet?
Well, I definitely want to produce and eventually like direct maybe like a coming of age story. I am working on a one woman stage show, which scares me to I can't even tell you. So that's why I'm like, I guess I better do it. So we've been sort of just starting that. So we'll see. Pie in the sky till it happens, but a dream would be, off Broadway, Broadway.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds great. You sang so many songs. You sang such a variety of songs on The Masked Singer. You sang some Billy Joel, but you also sang Unwritten. And I'm sure you're a Natasha Bedingfield fan, but I
Yes, I am.
mean, that is the theme song for one of the best shows that has ever existed, The Hills. Are you a Hills fan? Kardashians, Real Housewives? Do you get into all this reality TV?
I used to love Housewives of New Jersey because those ladies don't play. And I love that. Um, I did watch The Hills, of course, and dreamt about living in gorgeous Southern California. Um, and of course, I love Natasha Bedingfield. I always have. But my reality shows are like Love is Blind and Survivor, and I love Amazing Race. I've watched Love is Blind Brazil, Sweden, Japan, and all of US. I'm like, is something wrong with me? Oh,
Well, now Ariana Madix from Vanderpump Rules is going to be hosting Love is Blind next season.
she is. I did not know. So wait, Nick and they're out? They're done with like their contract or
I
something?
think it's Love is Blind, or maybe it's Love Island, but I
Oh,
think it's
maybe
Love
Love
is
Island.
maybe.
Love Island's
Maybe.
good too. So Love
Yeah, you know
Island
what? It
is
is
great.
Love Island because that's the one with Sarah Hylands.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so she's replacing Sarah
Oh,
Hyland.
okay.
I'm like, I don't want Nick and Vanessa to lose their jobs just
I know. I
yet.
was
I
like,
mean,
wait, what? Yeah.
see, I don't watch any of those, but when I heard you
Oh,
sing Unwritten, I'm like, The Hills. I mean, let's just take a moment of. I'd like The Hills to be back on our screens and just go on forever.
it's so wild to even see like the quality of the camera. Like when you're like, what? Yeah, we've been spoiled. We've been
Uh,
spoiled.
I too used to have dreams of living right there with being best friends with Lauren and Heidi. So, I totally understand.
Oh,
Have you learned anything about yourself as a performer from being on The Masked Singer?
yeah, I think that I'm more resilient than I thought I was. Also, that like I really know how to show up during tough times. And like I think I knew that about myself, but like to actually do it and push through something that feels wildly uncomfortable, that I could completely like ruin my reputation if I fell to pieces. I'm like, oh, but I didn't. And so every time you suit up and you show up, it's like a little deposit in your confidence bank.
Right. And like you said, a lot of people are seeing you, hearing your voice and not knowing it's you, and then saying, wow, she can really sing.
Yeah, which is, I mean, so nice. So nice that, yeah.
What type of music do you listen to? Just what does Chrissy Metz listen to in her?
Everything. There is an artist named, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Chapo Ronan. Do you know her?
No.
Oh, there's a song it's called Good Luck Babe. I cannot stop listening. I've listened to it on repeat. But I listen to all sorts of genres of music. Um, I mean, I love country music. I sing and write country music. But the only thing I can't really do is like the screamo stuff. Like I'm like on edge. I'm like, okay, I can't. I know people like to work out to it or whatever, but it's everything else I love to listen to.
You're diverse in your musical tastes.
Very, very diverse.
Well, listen, I have Kate Pearson, one of the best characters in TV history. I was so thrilled to get to speak to you today. Like, I'm so excited for your new show as well. I know you're working on new music, and it was great watching you on The Masked Singer. Like, justice for Poodle Moth. I was wanting you to go the whole way, but it was
Oh,
great watching you. So I appreciate you taking your time.
yeah, of course. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Good luck with all your stuff in the future, and I'll be
Thank
watching.
you. I'll take it.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, David.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice to meet
Bye.
you.
Nice to meet you too. That was awesome. Thank you so much.